Let's have a look at this one to start off with, though, because here's a conversation. I've just got like 3 or 4 clips, but they're all like 30-second clips about a former gang member, Te Kahui, who went on breakfast this morning to talk about his gang tattoos. If you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen a picture of him. And here's a conversation that they're having, first getting his story.
The fund to help former prisoners remove gang-related hand and face tattoos is almost depleted. The $100,000 that was allocated was supposed to last 3 years, but it's been so popular, just $27,000 is left. For more, we're joined by 2 people who are part.
So that's a good thing, yeah? Like former gang members wanting to get rid of their tattoos. Sort of everything that this government has stood up and down about and said, you know, you can wear makeup. Yeah, well, they can wear makeup, but they could also get rid of them, something that this government should support. Now, but just being straight up, we don't know if they are or they aren't yet. We're not casting aspersions, but just going an incredibly successful program with positive outcomes needs some help.
Part of the scheme, tattoo removist Helena Carter and one of her clients, former gang member Te Kahui Kani. Morena to you both.
Kia ora, Dan.
Kia ora. Te Kahui, I want to start with you. What does it mean to have your facial tattoos removed?
Oh, bro, it's like it just unlocks a whole lot of new doors in there that were closed off because I come from a place that had no options. So it's giving me a future and a future for my kids in there, pretty much, yeah.
When was the first tattoo that you got on your face?
First one on my face was in 2017. I got this one here done. Yeah, and then as my career went on, as you can see, I went a bit extreme.
Yeah.
So they're the tattoos, and the conversation goes on, asking the tattoo remover about the funding in general, and this is what she's got to say.
It's definitely helped. A lot of people, unfortunately, when they get out of jail, just don't have money, right? It's simple. And I don't charge a lot. I love doing this work, and so even when there's no funding, I don't charge a lot. But if you don't have the money, then there's nowhere to go with that.
So the conversation goes on, and I'm just going to go through these because, as you see, they're pretty short clips there, Chewy. You know, it's appropriate to pose the question, what would you say to people who say taxpayers shouldn't be funding it? It's an appropriate question to ask in an interview. I would ask that in an interview. This is the response from Te Kahui.
I believe everyone deserves a second chance, you know. You know, just like I was saying before, you know, some people might be sitting there thinking, well, why did you get it done in the first place? I come from a little town called Wairau, and there's not much options there for us. You know, everywhere you look around, this is what you got to look forward to. So yeah, bring myself to a place with more opportunities in there. I've just opened up my eyes, and yeah, I think the best way I can help myself and my people is by opening more doors.
And the last clip we're going to play, Chewy, is asking again Te Kahui, and I believe that the tattoo removers jumps in on this well. You know, what if you were speaking now? There's been no announcement made. Make this clear again. There's been no announcement made that there's not going to be continued funding, right? But the funding is running out. This government's probably going to say the last government left the fiscal cliff for this funding, meaning it's to the end of the funding. So if you were speaking to the people and you were going to talk to the guys and girls who are the people to make the decisions on the funding, what would you say?
I'd say to them, fund it. Because you know you're going to give us, instead of having a problem there and not doing anything about it, do something about it. Because there's people out here who actually want the help. You know, there's some people out there who might muck around, but there are some genuine people out here who really want it and they really need it.
Lots of people apply for the funding, but there's just not enough, right? And when you think about the numbers, it costs $100,000 plus to keep someone in jail for a year. And they're offering $100,000 for, what was it, 2-3 years?
I believe it's $190,000 per year for a prisoner.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, let's not be the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff. Let's make this happen, give people the opportunity.
There you go. So that's pretty much the story in a nutshell, Chewy. Sounds like a really effective program, getting results needed, and it's running out of money. Again, this is not a beat up national because there's been no announcement whether they would or wouldn't fund it as far as I know. This is just a really interesting story and a success story from people, as we keep getting told by this national government, wanting to put gang life behind them, Joey.
Yeah. That fellow there just describes exactly what it is like when you get further and further into the gang. Your options narrow. You know, at the point where you're getting facial tattoos with mob logos and that sort of thing, it's not like you can go and do something else. Yeah. You're not going to pick up a job at the local Subway. You know, that's it. And if they want to be serious, if the government wants to be serious about getting people away from the gangs, one of the things that they need to do is make that a possibility. Like, it doesn't matter if that guy puts on a suit and a tie and polishes up his CV and walks in. The moment he walks into a job, no way. You know, I'm not trusting you near the till. I'm not trusting you near the customers. That's it. See you later. Cool. So he still has to put food on the table for his kids. Back to the gang it is. They don't care about these tats. In fact, it puts me ahead of some people. So if they want people away from the gangs, they have to help them do that.
Yeah, because just on the back of what you're saying, the job interview scenario. So, you know, you put a little bit of money, and look, you probably can't see that, but I've got it. My old wedding band was tattooed on. It hurts like a mother to get it taken off, and that's nothing. But I know what it can cost, and I mean, to get this taken off, ironically, it's probably going to cost a total of about $1,000, like 10 sessions at $90 a session, sort of thing. Now, this is nothing compared to that, but let's say those tats cost. Well, if there's 100,000 and they're doing it on the cheap, maybe $5,000 to take off. How easy is it to then add up $5,000 on a benefit because you can't get a job even though you're trying, or to look after someone else in prison because, as you say, Chewy, went straight back into a life of crime and because they couldn't get a job. So it's actually an investment for the future. And the government keeps talking to us about that, about an investment for the future, about good outcomes, about helping people out of crime, helping people out of gangs. We're not slamming the government because they haven't done anything. But if they don't just add to this, this is sort of the backup to their promise, you know, no more patches in public, cover up tattoos. Okay, how about remove tattoos? That'll be even better. And so we'll see how that pans out, though.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, as we've seen, the government is quite happy to cut like nickel and dime policies that are cost effective and aren't a big line item and that sort of thing, but then give billions of dollars to landlords and that sort of thing. So again, it's that consistent thing. You know, we'll give them to mining companies, we'll give it to landlords, and we'll talk tough on crime, tough on gangs. But here is a program that works. And I think, look, I know of studios that if someone walked in with a swastika on their face and they went, I want to get rid of this, you are talking absolute bargain basement prices.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, we will help get that shit off your face. No worries. You know, so I don't think anybody's rorting the system. And it's certainly not easy to get, like, as you're saying, Pat, it's not easy to get a tattoo removed.
It's far.
Like, it sounds easy, right? Like, it's a laser and it goes away.
Far more painful getting it taken off. Far more painful getting it taken off every single time. More painful, and you got to get it done. I mean, like, it's going to be 6 to 10 sessions to get mine finished.
Yeah.
I imagine the face at the moment. I think they said every 3 months for 5 years. So that's 4 times a year. So that could be 20 visits for him, his whole face. I'm just like, bro, much respect if you can do it. And they said in that interview as well, which I didn't play, because normally people go in and they'll get the forehead done. He got his whole face done in the first session, whole thing. And even she was like, bro, we don't normally see this. So it's pretty. I hope
it sounds committed to me.
Yeah, that's another good point. You can't really, step away from his desire to do the same.